Hello, hi everybody. Myself, Lavath Ramesh. Today we will talk about the general chemistry, some basics and fundamental of some important topics, especially in general chemistry. So you can see the slide by slide. What are the important topics in general chemistry we will discuss today? You can see the first one slide. Orbital hybridization. What is orbital hybridization? And some of the basics we will discuss today. You can see the mixing of atomic orbital into a new hybrid orbitals suitable for the pairing of electron to form chemical bond in valence bond theory. Especially you can look when you talk about the valence bond theory, especially you can see the mixing of atomic orbital into new hybrid orbitals. It is suitable for the pairing of electron to form chemical bond. It is called valence bond theory. According to the valence bond theory, a covalent bond is formed by the overlap of half-filled atomic orbitals. Thus, the covalence of an element should be equal to the number of half-filled atomic orbital in present. You can see here the mixing of the atomic orbital belonging to the same atom but having slightly different energy, so that a redistribution of energy takes place between them, resulting in the formation of new orbital of equal energy, and identification of shapes is known as hybridization. The new orbital formed are known as hybrid orbitals. Especially if you think that what is new orbital means, the formation of new identical of shapes, that is called known as hybridization. Some important points about hybridization. What is some features of hybridization? Only those orbitals which have approximately equal energies or belong to the same atom or ion undergo the hybridization. Okay, you can see the next one point. The number of hybrid orbitals produce a equal number of atomic orbital mixed. It is not necessary that all the half-filled orbital must participate in hybridization. Similarly, it is not necessary that only half-filled orbital should participate in hybridization. Even completely filled orbital with slightly different energies can also be participate in hybridization. Hybridization never takes place in isolated atoms, but it occurs only at the time of bond formation. Types of hybridization indicates the geometry of molecules. One can tell the shape of molecules by knowing the kind of hybridization involved. Okay, and you can see here some shapes of molecules, or you can see here types of hybridization. Depending upon the number and nature of the atomic orbitals mixing together, hybridization can be of several types. You can see here like sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization, sp2d hybridization, sp3d hybridization, sp3d2 hybridization. These are the depending on the number and nature of the atomic orbitals mixing together form hybridization. Hybridizations are especially we will discuss in 6 types: sp hybridization, sp2 hybridization, sp3 hybridization, sp2dd dehybridization, sp3 dehybridization, sp3d2 hybridization. Now you can think here shapes of molecules. What are the shapes of molecules? You can see the sp hybridization. You can see the linear sp hybridization will show the linear shapes. Example BeCl2, BeH2, C2H2, HgCl2. Next one you can see the sp2 hybridization, trigonal planar. Example BF3, BCl3, C2H4, NO3, CO3 - 2. And you can see the third one is sp3 hybridization. So tetrahedral, the shape is tetrahedral. The example is CH4, CCl4, SnCl4, NH4 plus. You can see sp2 dehybridization. The shape is the square planar. Example is nickel cyanide, platinum chloride. You can see sp3 dehybridization, trigonal bipyramidal. Example PF5, PCl5. Next you can see the sp3 dehybridization octahedral is SF6, chromium CrF6 twice 3, cobalt NH3 tris 6 plus 3. These are the some shapes of the molecules. You can see sp hybridization linear, sp2 trigonal biplanar, and the sp3 hybridization tetrahedral, sp2d is a square planar, and sp3d hybridization trigonal bipyramidal, and sp3d is octahedral. Okay, you can see next one, what is atomic structure. You can see the some basics and fundamental of atomic structure. So according to the Dalton theory, the smallest particles of matter in atom, which is indivisible. Fundamental particles of atom are electron, proton and neutron. Proton and neutrons are called nucleons because of they present in the nucleus. Atomic number Z, the number of protons present in the nucleus. Mass number is A is equal, it is the sum of the number of protons and number of the neutrons present in the nucleus. You can see here Planck quantum theory. The Planck is the considered as the father of quantum theory. So Planck quantum theory is one of the main topic in especially in atomic structure. So scientist name of Planck is considered as a father of quantum theory. According to this theory, energy emission or absorption takes place discontinuously in the form of pocket, or each pocket of energy called quantum. Okay, this is the some Planck's quantum theory, and you can see the energy associated with each quantum is proportional to frequency of radiation. Next one we will think de Broglie wave particles duality. So according to this theory, when species like electron, atom, molecules are in the motion by they possess both wave and particles in nature. Then you talk about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. When you see the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that it is not possible to determine the position and movement of the simultaneously or the precisionally exactly. That is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And when you talk about the Schrödinger wave equation, you can see that since it is not possible to determine the exact position of electron, we can determine the probability of finding an electron around the nucleus in 3D shape. These can be obtained by solving this Schrödinger wave equation. You can see that here image or the picture of this one. You can look at the center is the neutron, this is the electron, this is the proton, this is the atom core. Atom core, the atom, an atom with proton, neutron and electron labeled here. So what is neutron? Neutron is the nothing but of electron and proton. Okay, this is the shape of the atom. Atom core, or simply say atom core, proton, electron and neutron. Neutron is the center point and the proton is the charge and the electron around this nucleus. Next you can see here what is the basics, one of the important techniques in spectroscopy, NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So spin of nucleus or angular momentum. The magnetic field is associated with moving electrical charge. The magnetic moment associated with particles containing such charge forms the basis of magnetic resonance. So like the electrons or nucleus spins and it has the angular moment. So the nucleus spin may vary from one nucleus to another. So you can see that the another one new term is spin magnetic moment. The particles of charge Q spinning about an axis behave as a magnetic dipole. Magnetic dipole. You can see energy of interaction when an external magnetic field in H is applied in the Z direction. The energy of interaction between the magnetic dipole or external field is E is equal to mu Z. So energy separation, Lamarck precisions and resonance interaction. The ratio of magnetic moment by angular moment is known as gyromagnetic ratio. Simple, the NMR spectroscopy, what is gyromagnetic ratio? Means the ratio between the magnetic moment and the angular moment is known as gyromagnetic ratio. You can see here the points of interest in the study of magnetic spectroscopy like NMR spectroscopy or NMR spectra are Simply you can see number of NMR signals. These are the main points we need to understand especially in NMR spectroscopy. First one is the number of NMR signals. Second one is the position of the signal and chemical shift, where the signals are came and what is the chemical shift. And third one, the intensity of the signal. And fourth one, splitting of signal or spin coupling. These are the 4 points especially we need to know in NMR spectroscopy. Next one, see the general term is extensive intensive property. What is intensive property? What is extensive property? And example. Every competitive exam, these will be compulsory in any other competitive exam. You can see the properties of substance which depend upon the quantity of matter or amount of substance, that is called extensive property. Extensive means since the amount of substance like mass, volume, and the various thermodynamic properties like internal energy, enthalpy, entropy, and free energy comes under the extensive property. And intensive property means the property which do not depend on the quantity of matter are called intensive property. For example, pressure, temperature, density, refractive index, surface tension, viscosity, chemical potential, etc. You can see all extensive property may become an intensive property by specify the quantity of the substance. Next one, you can see the what is the isothermal process. The isothermal process which takes place at a constant temperature. Isothermal means it is a constant temperature. Then adiabatic process. The adiabatic process is one of that takes place without any heat transfer between the system and the surrounding. The system is thermally insulated from the surrounding areas. That is called adiabatic process. There is no transformation of heat, like simply you can say one word, insulator. What is sublimation? The process of solid becoming a gas. So solid is directly converted into gas state, that is called sublimation reaction. What is phase transition? Like melting point, boiling point, and subliming, these are the phase transitions. Next one, you can see what is the VSEPR, like atomic structure. One of the theory is valence cell electron pair repulsion theory. VSEPR, valence cell electron repulsion theory. The general concept of the estimate the shape of these simple molecules, like electron pairs repulse each other to get as far away from each other as possible. So molecular shapes and polarity. You can see that here ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the relatively stable high energy molecules used to fuel chemical reaction within the cell. Next one, you can think what is the RNA abbreviations. Ribonucleic acid, RNA means. Next one, you can see isomers. What is isomers? Simply you can see one of two or more compounds that contain the same number of same atom in different arrangement. So that is called isomers. Geometrical, like atoms have the same pattern but different arrangement in shapes. Such isomers cannot be interconverted into breaking the chemical bond, that is called geometrical isomers. Next one, stereoisomers. The isomers which atoms have the same pattern arranged different in the space in which the letter D or L design. The obsolete configuration of the asymmetrical orientation of C2 like HCOH, example D aldose or L aldose. Next one, what is alcohol? All alcohol contain the hydroxyl groups. OH usually formed by the product by the fermentation of sugar or starch. You can see the methyl alcohol, methanol, CH3OH, ethyl alcohol, ethanol, C2H5OH, ethyl 2 alcohol, ethyl glycol like C2H4OH twice, propyl alcohol like phenol, C6H5OH. Next we will talk about the PCR. What is PCR? Like polymerase chain reactions, prosthetic group, Ramachandran plot, coenzymes. These are the some basics general chemistry. If you like this video, please like, share and comment.